Now, there have been some developments on the censorship front, boys. It appears that the censorship crowd is sicking their dogs on us. They have sicked their dogs on us. They're going, sick them. Go get them. Go get them. Go get them. Go get those people that like to play games and have fun. Evidently, there's some secret society, and I'm sure you've heard about this, by the way, by now, anyways. It's about a day old. I'm sure you've heard about it, but if you haven't, there have been some developments, boys. The situation has transcended. They have evolved. They have evolved and stooped to lows that you'd never think that they'd stoop to. But there's some secret society afoot. There is. They're meeting behind some Wendy's somewhere, all 28 of them, to converge and coerce some sort of plan, some mastermind plan that the hive mind came up with about how to take Stellar Blade down, how to take down Eevee, how to ruin gamers having fun. They can't compete against us, boys. They can't compete against the chuds. Anyways, boys, make sure you like the video if you want YouTube to count your view as a view, and subscribe, or you're going to hell. And also, happy Father's Day, boys. Happy Father's Day. Make sure to spend some time with your loved ones. Tell your daddy thank you. Say, thank you, Daddy. Thank you so much, Daddy, for making sure I was born. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for getting laid, Daddy. Thank you. Yeah. Anyways, boys, let's get into the video. There have been some developments, some evolution on the scene, boys. There's some evolution going on. They have transcended, they have. But if you don't know, some Stellar Blade fans have spotted that some users on Reset Era, keep this in mind, Reset Era, and other groups are reporting the game to payment processor companies like Visa and MasterCard. They want to boycott the game, especially after Shift Up will reveal more outfits and content for the game that they think the protagonist is too young. They started by banning discussion of the game altogether. Now users there claim to be reporting it regularly, and they have launched a petition. This secret society over there at Reset Era has launched a petition. They met behind some Wendy's, they colluded together, they came up with this weird, awful plan, and all 28 of them showed up to verify their signatures against the sexualization of Eevee and Stellar Blade. Now, this gets a little crazy, and thank God we've got some more info on here, because the antis made this weak petition, but what we've learned is that Visa and MasterCard have a tendency to listen to people that don't really matter, because they love to put down that censorship boot. They do. They absolutely do. George Games. Now, this is one of the major developments that happened. Torch Games, which if you don't know, has been a very anti-censorship guy since the start. This dude has been full-blown anti-censorship, and I think with this, he just proved himself the grifter of the grifters, boys. I hate to use that word, I do, but he has made himself an enemy to the chuds, an enemy to those that just want to have fun, you know what I mean? He says, everyone knows I'm against reporting games to payment processors, but in the case of Stellar Blade Blood Rain, Shift Up is the sole responsible for this whole Eevee debacle. Its CEO was all cocky, reposting owns. Victory laps always come with a bill. Always. And that bill is supposedly disagreeing with Torch Games. And if you don't know, there's the Red Pine Lake down here, literally fucking one up in his ass. Literally fucking talk about, dude. Red Pine Lake, literally ratio in his ass. I'm against reporting games to payment processors, but is all I needed to see. But I read on anyway. It sadly didn't get better. If you don't know, Red Pine Lake was one of the games that actively got targeted by payment processors with some big censorship plan. And we got that rescinded and their game got published, thank God. With your logic, it sounds like you're saying if devs make a character that a minority of players don't like, they stick to their choices and comment on this fact that they deserve to be reported. This logic applies to loads of games, including my own. So do we deserve to be reported also? And absolutely they do not. Absolutely they do not. We do not need payment processors trying to dictate creator freedoms. artistic freedom, artistic expression. It is insane to me that it's even allowed. But Permaban goes deep on this. There have been some serious things come out about Reset Era, the ones that are behind this. And thank God for Permaban and for Packer Girl for diving into this and actually pulling this information up, because it only gets crazier. This whole Reset Era snitching to Visa and MasterCard situation is extremely wild. It's not because of Reset Era per se, because I dug and found some additional context. Caveat that it's what I could find, and since Reset Era very quickly scrubs posts that make them look bad, some might have more receipts that make what I say here subject to correction. Now, obviously, this is a little bit reminding me of a different company. I don't know if you know what company I'm talking about, but Sweet Baby Inc., boys. Sweet Baby Inc. We had a huge spout with them and we won. That being said, assuming what I say here is factual enough, it surprised me who exactly supported what he assumed was Reset Era's actions. Though in hindsight, maybe I should not be surprised. Hint, it's someone who usually claims to be an enemy of Reset Era. So the story first, Shipped Up announced that they have some more awesome outfits planned for Eevee. News broke out here that Reset Era users were caught admitting and supporting snitching on Stellar Blade Blood Rain to Visa and MasterCard. The close to the fact is, to Reset Era's credit, the user, not plural, who did say that turned out to be a troll account that barely have any replies in the forums, was quite quickly banned. Granted, other Reset Era users are throwing the usual smears on Shift Up, Stellar Blade, and Eevee, but only one account went so far as to snitch or support snitching to payment processors. Now, this is usually where it all ends. Yeah, Reset Era doing what Reset Era does, getting upset at games, not pandering to them, but still won't go as heavily as involving payment processors like Collective Shout did. Oh yeah, that's who it is. That totally reminds me of Collective Shout, boys. Another group of Karens, absolute Karens, thinking that they can come against us chuds like that. Thinking that they had enough movement to come up against us chuds like that. Not in my house, not in the paper bag's house. Then George got himself involved. He pretends to not get involved, but is rather evident what his views are. Packer Girl saw his recent post and screen capped them. He made multiple posts supporting and even implying that if payment processors end up attacking Shift Up and Stellar Blade Blood Rain, the CEO and devs deserve it because he created this problem. So they deserve it because Yorch disagrees with the character design. That is insane. So they deserve for their art to be suppressed, to be absolutely suppressed by some big payment processor company simply because Yorch disagrees with the artistic direction. This is so ironic to me as I witnessed this entire clown show. Firstly, it's surprising to me that despite what we can say about Reset Era, most of its users seem to at least still find it in bad taste to snitch to payment processors. Obviously, because this is a terrible look. This is insane. This is censorship at its core. At its core. Meanwhile, here comes Yorch, low-key gloating and even making a huge scene in support of what he thought was snitching to payment processors. The whole of Reset Era was supporting, which factually it seems they very much do not. Makes it all the more funny that we found out 2 weeks ago Yorch was a moderator of the Stellar Blade fan community who had the CEO he is now actively attacking as a mod too. That is crazy, by the way. That is insane. As you can see here, these were some of the reports mentioned over at Reset Era. This person was named to be a troll account, thank God. But they reported this game to Visa and MasterCard, so hopefully major retailers and detail storefronts won't be allowed to sell it. Yes, don't sell the game that I don't like because I don't like attractive female characters. Are you kidding me? These people can't get any more ridiculous. I reported this game to Visa and MasterCard. Yep. Are we dead ass right now? This is the reply on Reset Era, just to show you how everybody can agree that this consensus is a bad move, that this is a terrible move, that this is very pro censorship. Everybody in their right mind, even over at Reset Era, agree that this is a stupid move, all except for Yorch Torch Gaming, who seems to support censorship at its finest. If this person says, are we dead ass right now? Seriously, you want to run to payment handlers to censor a studio? I get that everyone here doesn't like her design. That's obviously fine. But running to payment handlers to try and censor the game is a cheap move. If you do it to one game, you have to do it to every game that breaks their TOS. So go report GTA 6 as well. Go report Cyberpunk or The Witcher. Yes, the character design is divisive. To me, she just looks like a 20-year-old Asian girl. But I understand why others think she looks younger. But come on, reporting them to payment handler is just as ridiculous. And it is. It absolutely is. It's insane. Because these are some of the responses to Yorch. Because what people don't know is this man was an active content creator around anti-censorship. He was the same as me. It would be like me switching up and saying, oh, thank God those payment processors are just tearing into Stellar Blade for being too fun. They're being too fun. How dare them chuds have fun? Like, it's insane. And then he's done this complete 180, this full switch up. But of course, people are not taking to it very kindly. What happened to Yorch? He was one of the most consistent voices against censorship, and now he's a part of a cancel campaign against Eevee from Stellar Blade Blood Rain. I get he doesn't like Eevee's design. I get he prefers huge boobs and thick thighs. I get he dislikes petite, cute designs, but this is just sad, man. He is just playing into the same leftist mentality of trying to bully companies into bending to their own preferences. He is going so far as to call Eevee's design a childlike thing. A very strange thing to say considering how the character looks. It's also strange because the creator of Eevee came out and literally said that Eevee is an adult. They made her shorter and smaller for more in-close combat, for a more engaging in-close combat design. It's very clear. And they also said that you'll see that she's an adult whenever you see how her character plays, how she's more assertive in her nature, more mature whenever she speaks. Okay, it looks like a very good design to me. But evidently these people just can't correlate between the two. They can't go and see what the creators of the game said about the character because they've confirmed that she is not only above age, but she's an adult and she was designed to be like a young adult. Youthfulness has been so demonized in this epidemically obese West that it has cooked so many people's brains into thinking that the only acceptable female form is massive boobs. If people prefer skinny women on the petite side, they get called pedos. This is just classic brain rot and says a lot about a person who immediately thinks child when they see someone with youthful characteristics. Yeah, exactly. But of course, people are calling this peak woke, saying that he's joined the hive mind. He's a part of the foe. Now, you all know there are parts of gatekeeping that I like and there are parts that I don't like. But this is a situation where I fully believe that gatekeeping might be necessary. We might need to gatekeep Eevee from these absolute non-fun having Karens that are so against having fun, so against attractive female characters, so against things that they deem as not okay, that they'll actively try to censor the program, censor the game, censor the fun. You can't allow chuds to have fun, boys, according to them. But it's very obvious whenever the Shift Up CEO literally had to come out and say, yes, she is younger, she's smaller in size, she's shorter than Eve, but she actually has a stronger personality and engages in much tougher battles. If you actually play the game, you will not think that, as in, like, you will not think she is a child. And I think that this is a very good statement for him to say, because it's very clear that they have come out and said that Eevee is, of course, 100% an adult, and they fully have my support. I do not think Visa and MasterCard should have any authority over anyone else's art whatsoever. Visa and MasterCard should not be able to dictate what is acceptable for you as a player and purchaser. It is insane. Let the money do the talking. Let the consumers do the talking. Give the people what they want. You know what I mean? Also, boys, I'm thinking about streaming again. I am. I'm making a comeback. That's right, boys. Your boy is back. I'm thinking about making a comeback. I am. I'm thinking about streaming again. So if you guys want to see me maybe stream some old games like Cyberpunk 2077 or the old Dark Souls games or old Halo games or, you know, something fun. I want to bring back the fun era of gaming, play some old games that I either got to play a long time ago and haven't played in a long time, or I never got to play, and I always wanted to try them. Okay, so if you guys want to see that, let me know down below. Also, click the link and go check out my Twitch page, boys. Make sure to follow so you don't miss the stream. All right, boys, I love all of you. That's going to be it for me. Make sure you enjoy your time with your family, with your loved ones, because there's people out there that don't get that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your Father's Day. Stay safe. Stay good. Stay blessed. Paper or plastic, boys? I think this is paper or plastic. I'm gonna go with plastic. I think it's plastic as fuck, boys. It's plastic through and through. They're basically mannequins, boys. They're so fake. They're fake through and through. They're plastic from the toes of their, from the soles of their feet to the top of their heads. These boys got more Botox. These Karens got more Botox than a mannequin. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right, boys. That's gonna be it for me. I love all of you. GG's. Peace.